10 toes down, stand my ground, chasing this dream, novelty queens.
Hey Queen Squad, welcome back to another Craft with Novelty session. And if you're new here, I am Novelty, the creative behind Novelty Queens. And over here, we dream big, craft with heart, and build the life that we love, one craft at a time. So let's get into today's vlog. Today is an extra special one because we're diving into one of my favorite parts of market prep, although this is my first market prep. But today I'm creating my version of the infamous triangular bag. But before we get into the crafting, I wanted to start off by showing you a little update on what I've completed so far for my very first market. So we've got some mesh hats, and I was trying to be a little bit more flexible with the colors. I do need to create a little bit more, but this is what I have so far. So next in line are my crochet bags. So this is the black version of the bag that I'm going to be finishing up today. This is my crochet triangular bag. I love my little label that I placed on there. It makes it look very professional, very sleek, very demure. And this is what inside the bag looks like. The quality is not that great in terms of the video, but later on I will do a better job at, showing off what the inside looks like. And then we're moving on to this one. I honestly don't know what it is that I want to call this bag. I was thinking something like Black Widow or Scorpio, or I don't know, something of that nature, but this is what it looks like. I still have to tuck in some of the threads, and again, this I'm waiting for a few things to finish it up. And this one right here, this was the one that I showcased from the beginning. And no, I'm still not finishing it as yet because I ran out of the hardware components to do that, so those are coming. Moving on to the next one, this one right here. Again, this one I still have some stuff to do, but I'm just showing you guys what it is I have accomplished so far. I love this bag. And then there's my little pink friend right here. And honestly, none of these are finished completed as yet, and I'm hoping within the week I can. Now moving on to these little strawberries, and honestly in this little basket they look so real. And yes, I am gonna show you guys, do a little mini, I told you guys I'm gonna do a little mini haul coming up about these baskets. But this is the black ones. I love the black ones. I love them so much, and I hope they love them too. And then last but not the least, because there's plenty more, but this is all I'm going to be showing for this vlog update. This is my little baby flamingo. Honestly, it was my first time doing the flamingos. I love it, but I do have a flamingo collection, and I thought this would be a very good addition to add to the market. I just have one more cheek to add, and then it's completed. And then there are these. I have a few earrings, resin earrings that I've done before, and some year necklaces. So I decided to bring these. These aren't my favorite, so they'll be on a discount. And then there are these cute little pink alarms. They're extremely loud. I feel like every female, everybody needs one of these, so definitely. And then my bracelets. These ones are not bracelets that I created, but these are resale items that I've had for quite a bit. There was more and they all sold out, so this is the remaining. And these I did create. These are my heart keychains. I love them. So that's just a look. There's two different colors. If you've been following my market prep series, you already know that this setup has been full of late nights, early mornings, and a whole lot of yarn dust. But today's all about focus and finishing strong. Okay, so it's time to get into the creative zone. My workplace is still hectic, but my yarn is ready, well, mostly, and my hardware is sitting in the drawers waiting to be used. So today's mission is simple. We're going to be finishing the triangular bag that I started last night, and this is going to be, again, for my upcoming market. I want to make 2 black ones and 2 in my brand colors because, we have to keep it novelty approved. And as for everything else, I start crocheting. I'm realizing how much love goes into every single piece. Every knot, every pull of yarn, every little detail feels like a step closer to something bigger than just this market. It's about showing up for my dreams and trusting the process, even when the yarn tangles up halfway through and I feel like I'm not quite ready or I'm not gonna make it. If I am gonna be honest, like I feel like this market prep has really pushed me to the limits to an extent. And honestly, like I've ran out of yarn so many times. I had to make so many different trips to Michael's, so many different trips to Walmart. I had to make so many different orders on Amazon. It's been very crazy. But within the process of all of that and running out of stuff, I always make sure that I'm finishing up what I can with what I have. Making sure that every stitch for me becomes a very small victory of what I was able to complete, even without having everything. And honestly, as for these triangular bags, they're actually becoming my favorite. Like, I don't know how to express how much like I'm really falling in love with these bags. They have this perfect mix of structure and personality. And now that I'm thinking about things a little bit more deeper, I've realized that when you're creating for a market, it's not just about what you sell, it's about what speaks, what connects with people. You know, every color, every texture, every piece tells a little story. And when someone picks it up at the market, honestly, I want them to feel that energy. You know what I mean? That care, that vibe. I want them to see all the effort and everything that I placed into creating this piece. Okay, so let's talk a little business for a second. And this is for anyone that's prepping for their very first market, just like me. Don't stress over having everything perfect. Focus on connection and presentation. And remember that your setup, your energy will sell more than any single product ever could. I'm still in my beginner market girl era, but one thing I've learned is that people can feel when you're being authentic and when you're not. So whether it's your booth design, your branding colors, or how you greet someone, let it feel like it's you. And while I'm crocheting here, I'm already thinking about next week's tasks, which is packaging, inserts, Christmas resin earrings, and the big display revamp, but that's a story for another vlog. Just keep all of that in mind. And for those that's saying, well, this is your first market, how do you know? This is my first market, but it's not the first time doing business. I've been in front of customers before. I've done other things, like, you know what I mean, in terms of customer representation. So I have a little idea of what I'm talking about. So getting back to the bag, you know those moments when you're so deep in your creative zone, you know, when everything else just fades away? That's exactly where I'm at right now. It's just me, this bag, and a whole lot of patience. So let's take a little pause for a little dose of motivation, because y'all know I love to implement these in my videos. If you've been working towards a goal and it feels like it's taking forever, try to remember that time is still moving, whether you use it or not. You might as well use it to build something beautiful, and that's exactly what this season feels like. Building the foundation of something long-term, brick by creative brick. All right, so back to the fun part, assembling the bag. So I've got my hardware that I'm about to get. I have some gold hooks, rings, and some handles. It always amazes me how the little details make the whole thing come together. Like these small little details that you add on can make such of a big difference. Like it can make it or it can break it. Overall, I feel like the end product, when you're putting everything together, like this becomes like my favorite part. Like it gives me like a rush, because seeing everything come together, something that you started from absolutely nothing. I mean, just seeing something go from an idea to the finished piece and knowing that you did that. I mean, that's the best part of the whole entire process for me. And there she is, the final bag results. I'm obsessed with how this turned out. It looks like it's ready for its final debut at the market. It's wild to think that a few weeks ago this was just a sketch in my notebook, and now it's real. And that's the kind of magic that I love. You know, this is what happens when you trust your creative flow and you stay consistent. But I'm gonna wrap it up right there. That is it for today's vlog. I'm so proud of the progress that I made. How about you guys? Are you guys proud of me? And I'm even more excited for what's coming up. Next week, we are diving into phase 2 of my market prep, which again is packaging, painting, revamps, and all of that fun behind the scene action that makes everything come to life. And a little mini haul. Well, not a haul, a mini unboxing. So if you're a creative entrepreneur like me and you're chasing your goals one handmade piece at a time, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the rest of this journey. And remember, keep dreaming, stay soft, and let's continue to build the life we love. I'll catch you later, Queen's Court.